It was never about earnings. I don't even really feel the need to say this. You know this if you've been following GameStop for a while. You know that it was never about earnings. You know, it's like, all right, what GameStop? What did they report? Let me just look this up real quick. So GameStop released its fourth quarter results on Tuesday. Earnings per share in the quarter rose 5.51% over last year to $1.34 and missed analyst estimates of $1.35. Now, I know that typically what happens with earnings is buy the rumor, sell the news, and even when a company beats earnings, there's usually some kind of sell-off right after the earnings report is released. But this is a little bit overdone. You know, it's like, first of all, volume was not that significant yesterday. We saw the stock price drop from, we got up to 170 or so, and then dropped steadily throughout the day. And volume ended up at the end of the day being about 22 million, which is still about half of regular trading volume. But throughout the day, as it was dropping and it kept dropping, it was one of those things where it's like just the volume wasn't there for it. And so we saw lots of shenanigans happen. I'm not going to report the things that were shared. It's the idea that we would see the stock price drop by well over 30% in one day because of a 1 cent miss on earnings. It's just no. And not only that, but we talked about what the earnings report covered, which was Q4, which was for GameStop November to January. And this was nothing. This was nothing as far as what the goal is, what the end game is for GameStop. And so I'm not sweating it. I know what I would expect, what I think happened yesterday. It was at 1:46 at 2:16 p.m. and there was a sell-off towards the end of the day. I do think that was some people just cutting their losses and whatever. People probably bought back in when the stock price shot up to 346, and they're throwing in the towel. And I'm not going to blame you for that if that was something that you did. There's still, even with that in mind, there still wasn't enough volume to justify a 33% drop in the price. So the game is still on, and where are we going to go from here? I don't know. I mean, I say that every time, don't I? I don't know. But here's my guess. I'm actually going to give you a guess. We're not going down to $40 a share. Because if we go down to $40 a share, those of us I've been in this since November, and those of us who have been in this for a while, it's like, man, if we went down to $40 a share, I would be a very, very eager buyer. I would be looking for some of those cheap options. Because if you remember last time, it got down to $40 a share after going up to $4.80, and man, some people made crazy amounts of money on those cheap options that they bought. They made tens of thousands of dollars. I mean, depending on how many options they bought, probably more than that. And so I'd be looking into some options. I would absolutely be reloading shares. I am going to buy more shares today. And I have some money in my Webull account that's just been kind of sitting there for a while. I'm gonna ease into this because where are we gonna go? Definitely not $40 a share. I will eat a crayon if this goes to $40 a share. Write that down and get back to me. But maybe something like 80. I think 80 would be, for me, 80 would be an attractive floor. I am all in. Any cash that I have sitting around in my accounts, I am all in if this thing gets to $80 a share. Yeah, whatever. There was manipulation. Go read some research that you saw. This was overblown, or an attempt to overblow the so-called negative earnings report. And we'll get into earnings in a second. It's just, I'm so tired of this nonsense. And look at this. I didn't even want to justify giving them a click. I went to a post on RGME to just kind of get this screenshot here. GameStop tumbles as Reddit darling Mo's share sale. GameStop stock is tumbling because its earning report mattered after all. No, Connor Smith. No, the earnings report didn't matter. The earnings report never mattered. I mean, it would have been wonderful if GameStop gave this amazing earnings report, but that was unlikely to happen. And I said that on Tuesday when I made my last video about GameStop. And so, whatever else. What else do we have? GameStop's analysts frustrated, skeptical over lack of turnaround plan details. I'm just fine. I am just fine. I hope you're just fine. If you've been in this since like 2020, since me, or even you were here for that first January wave and you're still holding, props to you. But are you really sweating right now? Honestly, you're sweating? DFV's not sweating. Look at him. He's still in. Still has his 100,000 shares, his 500 calls expiring in April. DFV is in. I'm in. What else? What else do we have here? Great. Thank you for that ad. GameStop earnings fall short of expectations, but online sales offer some hope. This is the big thing. This is the thing that I wanted to see from the earnings report. And I'll say it in a second, but I do want to pause and just, oh man, I love this picture. Isn't this a stereotypical, quote, GameStop investor, the view from a GameStop investor? You are a beautiful man, whoever you are. If you end up watching this video, you are such the spitting image of what I picture a GameStop investor to be. AJ Vanover invested in GameStop. Oh, I love it. And I love your background. I love that you're sitting behind a built-in fireplace, a bricked up fireplace, and you have all those trinkets in the background. It's just beautiful, beautiful. But here we go. So GameStop's earnings fall short of expectations, but online sales offer some hope. This is the only thing I cared about from earnings. And I love it. You know, I don't care that we hit $1.34 a share and expectations were $1.35 a share. I don't care that caused some kind of sell-off and some kind of fabricated, whatever you want to call it, fabricated FUD. You know, all this stuff. It's nonsense. But what do I see here? Here's what I see that gets me excited. One bright spot, the gaming retailer's global e-commerce sales increased 175%, representing 34% of the company's total net revenue during the quarter. During the same period last year, e-commerce made up just 12% of total sales. So think about that. We've jumped from 12% of total sales for e-commerce to 34%. Where are we going down the road? I would say that that's going to be much more than 50% down the road. I mean, we've seen pictures, I'm sure, of all the revamps that they're doing in their stores. They're trying to create more of a lounge, GameStop lounge. Come here and sit in our gaming chairs, browse, game on our high-speed computers, all that stuff with the best graphics chips and everything. Whatever. I don't game, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But That's one thing, and I hope that goes great. But honestly, I'm looking forward to GameStop just being more of an online retailer, and that's why I like the stock. I like the stock because they can chew into this. No pun intended, Ryan Cohen, co-founder of Chewy. They can chew into this. And there is an amazing opportunity ahead, and I think GameStop is going to be a major player in the online retail business. I will never sell another share until I see at least 4 digits for GameStop. If that happens soon because of the mother of all short squeezes, amazing, wonderful, and then maybe I'll consider selling. If that happens 5 years from now because GameStop is just an awesome stock to own, then that's when I'll sell. But I like the stock. I like the direction that they're going. And so I'm in. And not only that, I like some of this. Most of GameStop's board to step down. I like that. And let's see what they have to say. 8 members of GameStop's board of directors will leave the company after the gaming retailer's annual meeting in June, according to a new filing. Why it matters. The significant changes will ensure a near total transformation of board leadership for a company riding a stock market roller coaster. It also affirms that new board members, led by Chewy co-founder Ryan Cohen, will chart the company's future. Beautiful, fantastic, wonderful. Yes. The planned exits first reported by the Wall Street Journal include Reggie Fils-Aimé. I'm not going to read these names. Eight board members. The Yahoo article has more information here. So, GameStop Corporation informed the U.S. SEC that 8 members of its board are expected to depart. The exodus spans names ranging from former Nintendo's company Ltd. executive Reginald again to Kathy Vrabeck, formerly a president at Activision Publishing. Goodbye, bye-bye. A unit of Activision Blizzard Inc. Others expected to retire from the board at the 2021 annual meeting include names that you can read for yourself. GameStop said that its board has not yet determined the definitive slate of nominees for election at our 2021 annual meeting. You know who's going to have a say in that is Ryan Cohen, for sure. So why it matters, Chewy Inc. co-founder Ryan Cohen, who owns a 13% stake in GameStop through his RC Ventures, has been pushing for changes at the retailer, as he should and as he will, as we ride this rocket to the moon. The company announced the constitution of a strategic planning and capital allocation committee this month. Cohen will spearhead the committee, fantastic, which will also include Alan Attal, a former Chewy executive, and Kurt Wolf as members. On Tuesday, GameStop announced chief... All right, we talked about this already. Frank Hamlin, the chief customer officer, is leaving. In February, Jim Bell announced his resignation. I already read this part. GameStop released its fourth quarter results Tuesday and just missed big time on expectations, causing this massive sell-off, and everyone's panicking, and all the Redditors realize that they were wrong, as we missed earnings by a penny per share. Yeah. Totally. In early 2021, the video game retailer emerged as a darling of Reddit retail investors who carried out a short squeeze. Carried out in past tense. Okay. All right. That's very interesting. So here's some metrics to look at as we are pondering whether we already carried out this short squeeze or not. On balance volume. I talked about this in my video on Monday. If you haven't watched that video, check it out. I talk about on balance volume. Things are looking, according to that metric, incredibly bullish. And yes, I am going to be buying more shares. And yes, I expect those shares to shoot off like crazy at some point. And I will make a wonderful return on my investment. And I hope you are too. And so on balance volume, what else? I mean, RSI, GameStop is way oversold according to the RSI right now, the 14-day RSI. There's other things. I mean, this is nothing. It's nothing. It's just annoying. It's an annoyance, you know? It's like, come on. Really, we're going to have all this happen. You check out Rensol's post on RGME. I'm sure there's other things, but he links to lots of really good research on just things that it's like, no, this price is being driven down. It's not because of the laws of supply and demand. And so the game is still on. Melvin and whoever else, Citadel, they are still scared. They are still trying to shake our diamond hands. And you know who should be really frustrated? It's them. Because it's like, duh, we're not selling. You can see that all over Reddit. We are not selling. I'm not selling. I like the stock. And I can't wait for the gamma squeeze, the short squeeze, the FTD squeeze, the mother of all short squeezes, etc., etc. So anyway, I'll be back this afternoon with some crypto thoughts. If you're still watching and you have some crypto, I mean, you might have been following the price of Bitcoin, and zero worries. 100%, zero worries. So until then, I hope you have a great day, great rest of your day, great rest of your week. And I will most certainly be seeing you in another video. Peace out.